There we go. All right, hey, welcome to our very first hangout for the Activate Tour. My name is Sarah, and I work for Ground Zero, a ministry for teenagers in Myrtle Beach. We have renovated an old movie theater to be a Christian teen club and concert venue, and we will be hosting the Activate Tour this spring on March 28th. And today I'm talking to Carson, and we've got Ryan on the other side of things coming in from his computer. Ryan, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and about the tour?
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Ryan. I'm 17, and I started this thing called Activate Tour. And we're so excited to
hang out for the Activate Tour. My name is
and we're so excited to be at Myrtle Beach for Activate Tour March 28th. Essentially, what we're doing is we're bringing together these.
Video, and we will be.
What's happening?
The video is playing through my computer.
Okay.
I think Jenny got it taken care of.
Okay, good. First hangout, it's all good. So basically, my name is Ryan. I'm 17, and I started this thing called Activate Tour. We're coming to Myrtle Beach March 28th, and we're bringing together all of these Christian teenagers and young adults who are super influential online, and they're doing some really cool stuff in culture today. And I'm actually here with Carson, and he's a really good friend of mine who is even crazy enough, he's doing some really cool things in South Carolina on his college campus. And so we're bringing together these students and leaders for an event where we're trying to encourage and empower the next generation. So we're really pumped, and we're pumped to be at Ground Zero because it's such a cool venue and such a cool place for students to be. So yeah, we're pumped.
What about you, Carson? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Carson Case. I go to Coastal Carolina, a student there, a sophomore. And, I got in contact with Ryan about a year and a couple months ago. And we kind of just talked about the idea of something like this. It wasn't even Activate. It really wasn't anything. We were just talking about, hey, look at social media and look at the power of it. And there's so many kids on there, so many people that are for Jesus. And, what about uniting those people that have large platforms that God's given them, and kind of going around and be able to speak life into young kids all over, and Myrtle Beach being that now. And so Activate Tour kind of became a thing, and I'm lucky to be a part of it. I'm grateful to be a part of it, and God's kind of given me the opportunity and the platform through Twitter, through Instagram, through things like that, to just speak about my faith, to speak about Him, and to glorify Him. And so that's kind of what we're doing with Activate Tour, and there's many others involved, many other great people that I'm good friends with, along with Ryan. And kind of our vision is to just reach people through these platforms and through social media and what God's doing through social media.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what can people expect if they're coming to the event on the 28th?
It's going to be super fun. We have Colby Koloff, John Luke Robertson, Carson, myself. A lot of just speakers and artists, musicians, where God's doing some really cool things through their lives, and so I think that the culmination of all these young people coming together, it should be a really fun night where students can have a lot of fun, but also leave with some leadership and leave with things that they can roll with, in life and faith and what all of that means as a teenager. And so I think that these events, what we really try to do is give students a really fun time, but also leave them with a lasting impact on their life. And we're planning Myrtle Beach to be a really fun night where we're hanging out, meeting people and really just connecting with the community in Myrtle Beach, but also leaving with real lasting connections and hopefully an impact on their lives. So we're praying for that, and I think that coming to it, you can just expect to hopefully feel like you personally got to connect with the people that are on our lineup. Like I said, that's John Luke Robertson, Colby Koloff, Molly Kate Kessner, a couple other people, and it's just, I think that having us all be in the same place at once and being able to really connect with people that are our own age will be fun, and so just expect to have a blast, expect to hopefully leave with something that you can run with in life.
You mentioned connecting with people your own age. I think that's really interesting. I remember we had already been talking to you guys about the tour coming, and I remember the day that I found out that you were 17, and I was blown away. I think that teenagers are used to speakers being adults. When they go to a conference or to a tour, expect to be spoken to by adults. But what would you say to teenagers who might be thinking, oh my gosh, he's 17, how is he doing this?
Man, I mean, it's a funny story. I think that the biggest thing that I've learned, being who I am and being the age that I am, it's that no matter where God has you currently, use that as an opportunity. Use that as a platform. If it's in front of one person or 1,000 people, use that as a platform to share your testimonial, your story, and you'll be amazed at where God takes you through that story. And with me, I really didn't try to have a massive platform or have even just an opportunity to connect with people like Carson or connect with people who are doing some really cool stuff, and God's just placed people in my life and placed people and things and events and stuff like that in front of me, and it all has to do with taking that first step and of faith and really just sharing where God has you currently. So I would encourage anyone that's listening or anyone that is planning to come to this event that if you're in a high school, college, if you are even in middle school or even younger than that, just be encouraged that God has you where you're at currently for a really special purpose, and just wake up knowing that that you can do incredible things right where you're at currently.
Yeah. All right, so another question that I have, because I don't know you very well, you mentioned that you weren't looking for this big platform. How did you get where you are, and how did you navigate that and know that that's what you needed to be doing to reach people for Christ?
I think that it's a culmination of I grew up in the church. I went to all the Bible study or the Bible classes as a even elementary school kid. I was a Christian kid, but I had this realization of like, I'm a Christian, but I'm not necessarily living out my faith, and having that, it was due to the people that I had in my life, and really, it has a lot to do with who you surround yourself with, but also just being in prayer constantly and praying for guidance through situations, even if they're small, if they're big situations, praying for guidance from God to just lead you places, and following Him no matter where He leads you, and being faithful to that place is really what I credit towards where I'm at right now, and I think Carson could agree that you can't really navigate through life yourself, having that realization that you have to lean on God for things, and you have to pray about things, and just really be faithful to Him on big and small things. That's really what I would credit all of this to, even Activate Tour, meeting Carson, meeting the people that are involved. It's all a God thing. It's all about being able to just constantly be connected to Him and activated in His Word, and just letting Him lead your life in all areas, no matter what place He has you.
That's awesome. What about you, Carson? What did that look like for you?
Talking about platform-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, a single word answer would be just God. It's kind of crazy, you look back and you look at my own social media, or you look at someone like Ryan or just any of the people that he mentioned, and you think, wow, or you hear from people like, holy cow, like how did you get so many followers, or what's all this about? But, the way I kind of look at it is it all comes down to your relationship with God. I'm not saying the stronger your relationship is with God, the more followers you're going to have, but it's more like what Ryan said, not just leaning onto God, but just really connecting with Him every day, and staying humble and being able to knock yourself down and knock down your pride and say, this is all God. This is not me. I'm not trying to make my name famous here on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. This is about Him, and just keeping your eyes on Him and knowing that whatever platform you have, whether it's 100 followers, whether it's 12, or whether it's 100,000, that it's all for Him, and that He's the one that's working, and He's the one that's moving, and you're just holding on for the ride. And so that's how it's kind of been for me. It's crazy to see what God's done, but continuing to have that attitude of humbleness and dependent on Him, and knowing that this is not about me, it never has been. It's something just to really keep in mind at all times. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the platform. I'm grateful to have people like Ryan and others to help me, to guide me, to pick me up, and we're all in this together. So
that's awesome. All right, that is all that I have for questions right now, but we do have questions from social media. At 17H Dixon wants to know, will you ever consider coming to the West Coast?
Yeah, for sure. I was actually walking like 30 minutes ago, and I slipped on ice, and so that's not fun. And I'm really looking for somewhere warm, and I think that just the West Coast is sick. We actually have someone that's been helping out with Activate, who is in Portland and is like a total West Coast freak. And I think that just seeing photos and seeing how beautiful the West Coast is, it's definitely somewhere we really want to go, and you know, whenever God opens that door, we will definitely push through it and run to it.
Awesome. All right, we got another question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you both for the Activate Tour Myrtle Beach?
25.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same. I guess it's just cool because not only just Activate, but some of us talked about this last night, it's just being able to see everybody. Because when we did Activate in Nashville, it was just really awesome that we had always connected through social media, through, you know, some type of phone call or video, but we had never just sat down and, you know, hung out and just talked. And it wasn't necessarily always just faith talk. It was just, you know, being friends and having community. And so, you know, it's hard when we're all from like here, all these different places. So I'm really excited not only to meet people, to have this experience, and to, you know, lift God's name high, but really just to see people like Ryan and everybody else involved and just hang out. That's one of the coolest parts in my eyes.
That's awesome. Will the people attending the event have an opportunity to talk to you guys and get to know you a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. We have a VIP experience, and we're really excited about that because it's giving us the opportunity. You know, our time unfortunately is super. We have so much stuff going on that we got to make sure that we can sort of use the time we have here wisely, and so we have this experience that we're letting students have where they can come, have a meet and greet with us, kind of connect and get some photos and hang out, and we'll even do a Q&A before the event. So it'll be really fun, and I'm excited to connect. Last time that was really fun. A lot of people got to ask a lot of questions, funny enough, and it was a really fun experience. So yeah, we have a VIP experience on the website, and we're pumped for that. I know that myself and everyone included, that's usually our favorite part, is just being able to get personal and connect with people.
Awesome. All right. Caitlin Yates wants to know, what is your favorite Bible verse and why?
I mean, my favorite is probably 1 Timothy 4:12. You know, obviously there's like hundreds of Bible verses that I also love to death, but 1 Timothy 4:12 was one of those that about 3 years ago it really hit me, that no matter what age, no matter what situation God has us in, and I was talking about this just now, but no matter where we're at, whatever age or anything, we can be a light and really change people and just be God's people no matter what situation we're in. So that's one of my favorite. If you haven't looked it up, definitely check it out. It's awesome.
For me, I don't know. This question is so tough just because, I don't know, all the Bible's good. In my eyes, there's so many good verses, but one that I guess would stick out to me just personally ties into my testimony, and that would be Jeremiah 29:11, about God's plans for us to prosper us, not to harm us. You know, I wouldn't want to give my full testimony here. You probably get to see that maybe at Activate Myrtle Beach, but really just when I was at the low point in my life, being injured, a lot of things that I'd always held on to taken away from me, and I never really met the Lord until this moment. I was actually in a hospital bed post-surgery, and a buddy of mine told me, you know, I was already in the Word. I knew that, you know, this situation I was in, I needed to lean on God. I needed to look to Him for the first time in my life. And I had a buddy text me and tell me to look at Jeremiah 29:11. And at this time, you know, I had never really read, you know, anywhere in that book or any books for that matter. It was just, I'm going to turn this verse and just see what it says. And it kind of just spoke to my situation, reminding me that, you know, I was down, I was beat up, I was depressed, I had a horrible situation. but God was still going to be there to carry me, to prosper me, to be good to me, and give me great plans. And for my eyes to see that at that moment was just an eye opener. And so that's I guess favorite verse wise. Like I said, there's so many that I would want to name, but that was just a point in my life where that's what I needed. That's when I needed to see God, and He spoke to me through that verse. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that it's really cool to see the way that you claimed that promise and He's fulfilling it. Clearly, He did have great plans for you, and it's working out, and your future is awesome. All right, Hannah Beth, this is specifically for Carson, wants to know, what's the main thing you all hope to get out of Activate Tour?
The main thing, I guess for me, it ties in our vision. We want to activate a generation of the gospel. Specifically, people our age, high school, maybe even some middle school, and definitely college students, just all around our age. For those people, whether they're Christians or whether they're non-Christians, or really they just don't even know, they're just here because it looks like a fun party, to be able to come and to be here, to feel this experience, to feel something really happening here that isn't us, but really just God, and for people to leave and their hearts be activated, for them to see Jesus and to feel Jesus when they leave here. And so, that's really just important for us, and kind of our job as the platforms we have, as the opportunity we have, is to just lift Jesus' name high, and to not put any of this on us, but to focus our eyes on Jesus, and so that people can leave and say, I'm at this point in my life, or I don't even know Jesus, or I really do know Jesus, but there's something I'm missing, and for them to find that, and for them, the Lord, once they leave, activate, and their hearts are just activated in Him. So
yeah, amen.
What?
You said amen.
Oh, I said amen. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's awesome to just have that, and so yeah.
All right, awesome. We've got another question about considering locations. Would you consider Alabama or Can you tell us where you are going?
Yeah. So let me tell you the full list of cities we're going to right now. Every single city in the United States. We want to go anywhere in the United States, or really anywhere that God provides for us. Even just going to Myrtle Beach, Ground Zero, you guys specifically, you're an incredible blessing in that community, and it was a no-brainer for us to go there, and so it was definitely God moving and putting you in front of us in our path, and so yeah, I think that we want to go to as many places as we possibly can, and wherever God leads us next. Right now we're looking at a couple of cities, and just praying about some stuff. So I would say that depending on how God moves the next couple of months, man, we'd love to go to as many cities as where He provides, and just be praying on that. But to answer a question about Alabama, for sure, I love Alabama. So.
Okay, but what about Florida?
Duh, come on, Florida's the best state ever. Yeah, I think I've got a lot of family in Florida and a lot of friends in Florida, so I think that would be a definite very soon for sure. So yeah, again, it narrows down to whenever God provides the time. I think it'd be great for us to go to wherever we want, but really going places that He provides openings for so far has worked out really well, and I think that we're probably going to keep doing that, because whenever God's in the planning and in the works of things, and we're not forcing it to happen, and just letting Him lead us versus us trying to get Him to come with us, it just doesn't really work that way. And so allowing Him to lead this tour and be a part of, and be the front of everything that we do, it's what we're trying to do. And so yeah, anywhere that He provides, for sure, but especially Florida, because God loves Florida. Come on.
The Sunshine State. If you had to pick your number one city, if you could go to one city without any complications, any hassle, where would you go?
Man, that's super hard, because there's a ton of cities that I absolutely love, but really that's related to Activate currently, just seeing the amount of people and the amount of support that's starting up in Atlanta, that is something that God has His hand in for sure. And I think if we could go there tomorrow, I would pack my bags, because it's such a crazy city, and God's doing some really cool stuff in that city, and I would love to, be a part of that.
But if you had to choose one city.
One city. I like Atlanta, but I guess for me, we had talked about it in the past. Just don't know. I don't know the logistics of that, but it'd have to be Dallas probably. Dallas is not too far from my home in Arkansas. I love Dallas. I know just the community of people there. You talk about followers. You talk about social media. You talk about the people that you really have just kind of thought about Activate and looked at it and checked us out. I just see a lot of potential in Dallas. So for me, it'd be Dallas, Texas.
Okay, cool. Another question that I have, and for anyone that's watching, if you guys have questions, you can ask them on Facebook or Twitter using #ActivateMB. But one question that I have that I think is really important for people to know the answer to is how can we be praying for you guys and for the tour specifically as it approaches?
Man, I mean, there's probably the best thing to just pray about is like our hearts as we move forward with this. There's so much temptation whenever you are not proclaiming, but whenever you are moving forward with something that is interwoven with what God is doing in a generation and doing currently in our culture. And I think that with that comes a lot of temptation and a lot of stuff that the enemy tries to throw at us, and just really our core group of people. I am so blessed every day to be able to, even if Carson mentioned that we're all across the country, that even just having text messages or phone calls and being able to connect that way, it's a blessing. And I think the best prayer, I mean, we could pray for 100,000 different things, but the best prayer is just to keep that group really tight and keep that group really just focused on following God's lead and going where He wants us to go. So, yeah, just be praying for our group.
Does anything else stick out for you, Carson?
Yeah, I mean, just to make a long story short, I would just say, pray that our hearts, all of us, everybody that's involved, everybody that's been given this opportunity, that our hearts will be synced with God and proclaiming His same message, which is of Jesus and the gospel. And bringing people to Him and just being a light. So definitely that we would just all be on the same page, our hearts would be on the same page, and that not one or two people would be here and then the others be here. We are together, we are a community, and we want everyone to look to Jesus, including ourselves, and that's the way we got to prepare. So definitely prayer in that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Another question that we just got: what new and exciting things do you guys have in store for the tour?
I mean, man, it's crazy how quickly things are moving. There's a couple of things that even just like in the past couple of weeks have come about, and it's really exciting. I don't really want to spill the beans on everything yet, but one of the coolest things that happened, even this just being our second event, and really Nashville is like, can we even do this? We all came together as a bunch of crazy young people, and it actually happened, and so that was God moving for sure. And now that we're doing the second event, having John Luke Robertson join us, like, what a blessing. His family's obviously they're incredible people, and himself, just being able to sort of get close with him in the past couple of months too has just been really a blessing. So be on the lookout. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. We'll have some really cool, hopefully some really cool announcements coming in the next couple of days with even Activate Tour Myrtle Beach. So stay tuned for that. But I think that the coolest thing that happened in the past couple months is just having John Luke join us, and the attention that people have been giving it has been really cool, because we could try to do this on our own and try and manufacture hey, let's do this tour and do a bunch of marketing and make it a big deal, but we've just seen God provide and God move in some crazy ways where He's given us this platform and given us this opportunity to reach people. So really, anything could happen, and we're praying for some big things, but we're so blessed to have John Luke, and we're so blessed for hopefully some big things to happen in the next couple of days too.
What are you most excited about, Carson?
Most excited about?
The most exciting thing coming with the tour that you're most pumped about?
I would say the meet and greet. I mean, maybe that's not something new, but being our first one in Nashville, it was just organization, getting things together, and it was really cool meeting people and getting to talk and getting to be personal. But for me, that's kind of my favorite part of the actual event is just meeting new people and just talking on a personal level. And for that to be a big deal and just get to sit down and talk about Jesus, that's what I love and that's what I look forward to. It may not be the newest part, but we got a couple of different things that may be new, and just being able to be personal with anybody that wants to come is going to be awesome in my eyes. So.
Agreed.
All right, Carrie Ann McCracken wants to know what's your favorite college football team? Probably the Oregon Ducks.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go Gators, and I'm sure that Carson's not gonna go Gators, obviously. So we'll let Carson. Well, I'm just gonna say Gators and shut up because I don't want to get beat up. Carson's pretty big, so.
Mine definitely be the Arkansas Razorbacks. Woo Pig Suey, that's where I'm from. So yeah, definitely Arkansas Razorbacks. Can't go wrong with them.
You're both wrong. It's Purdue University. And by Purdue University, I mean in general, not necessarily the football program, but I gotta be true.
Yeah.
Boiler up. So there's that. Oregon Ducks. I'm not even sure where that came from.
Oh.
Coastal.
I love Coastal, but my roots back in Arkansas. So.
Do you have any more questions? All right.
I just got one from a friend of mine actually, and this is like super serious and is like really pressing news. So, what do you order whenever you go to Chick-fil-A? I'm gonna let Carson go first with this one because it's a super serious question, and everyone wants to know.
This is gonna be heartbreaking for some people. I don't know. Chick-fil-A to me, I probably don't eat that much. So
Carson, you're completely kicked off of Activate Tour. Okay.
Yeah,
we're not friends anymore.
I'm not really a big fast food eater. So, my answer off this question has got to be Ryan.
Okay, well, I'm a fast food eater for sure, and I'm mainly a Chick-fil-A eater, and so I'd say number one original all the way, and then sometimes I mix it up with like a spicy chicken because come on, you can't eat the same thing every single week. So, yeah, super pressing question. I hope everyone was looking for that one and got a really good answer. I'm glad that we got that covered. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What do you get to drink?
I'm more of like a water guy, but if I don't get water, I get their sweet tea because come on, their sweet tea is like the bomb. So.
What's your favorite Chick-fil-A sauce?
Well, for a while there, it was just like the mayonnaise, and then the what is it? Their honey mustard's really good. But I was like a while back, I was actually a part of this thing called Reset Movement, and I got to hang out with all these guys from Minnesota. And apparently, for some reason in Florida, they don't have like Chick-fil-A sauce, which is like their sauce, which is like, yeah, what? And so I had Chick-fil-A sauce for the first time, and I'm like, man, what have I been missing? And I would say that it's like a tie right now between the honey mustard and the Chick-fil-A sauce, but so.
Chick-fil-A sauce is like an extra water in my life. I eat so much Chick-fil-A sauce, it's ridiculous.
For sure. Come on, it's pretty good though. So.
Okay, if you don't eat Chick-fil-A, what are you eating? Salad?
Yeah, I'm more of like
protein shakes.
Yeah, more of like a health nut. So I kind of stay away from fast food.
Me too.
Be more of like protein shakes, chicken, greens, stuff like that. But if I want to have a cheat day, Papa John's pizza, can't go wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
I actually had some the other night, so that'd be it for me.
I just got a comment. I appreciate the Purdue comments. Boiler up. So Purdue's winning. All right. Any all-time favorite Christian bands? And could you guys share a little bit about your testimony?
I think obviously one of my pretty much if you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, then Hillsong has to be like in your top 5, like any band they have. Like I think they have like Worship, Live, United, Young and Free. So pretty much my top 5 is probably all Hillsong. But if I had to choose like more of like a poppy like band or artist, I've been like a really big fan of Toby Mac for a really long time now, and I think that he's been making some really cool moves with like culture and stuff. So I would say that, and man, I have way too many answers, but Royal Taylor for sure. We actually got to hang with those guys in Nashville. I know they were at Ground Zero like almost a couple of days after the Nashville event, but yeah, those guys are really awesome too. They're incredible musicians, and even more so just incredible people. So those are my top faves, and I shared a little bit about my testimony. It's not super interesting. It's more of just like I grew up in the church, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I'm actually not a Christian. Hold up, and then I just felt this like overwhelming call in my life of like, hey, I have this platform online. Like I need to be able to use it to share my faith and actually do some good with it. And so that's sort of where my testimony leads, and yeah.
For me, man, there's way too many bands, artists, Christian, type music to choose from. Definitely, I would have to say Elevation Worship. That's my top. I love Hillsong United, Young and Free. Definitely love those. Royal Taylor, love them. I'm trying to think. I love Christian Stanfield. I love, David Crowder, all those guys. I don't know. There's way too many to choose from. But I love it. Sometimes, I like Lecrae and KB and guys like that. NF. There's just way too many. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I like the slow, and sometimes I like rap and stuff like that. So it depends. But testimony-wise, man, like I said earlier, I don't really want to give much away because I have a very long testimony. Because I was not really a Christian most of my life, so it was kind of a big moment like I was talking about earlier. But just a little short sense of it is, spent most of my life away from God, rebellion, really not caring, popular person in high school and all of those other things that weren't of God, and coming to a point where I was going to play, college football or college basketball, and being injured real bad, which ended any career that I thought I had of playing sports forever. And so that kind of ended things for me and kind of took away the gods that I had. And that's when I looked to the one true God, and that's when He changed my life, transformed my heart, and it was a bumpy road, especially at first in new faith. But I'm where I'm at today, 2 years later, a little over 2 years, and God's doing things I never would have thought possible. And changing my heart in ways that I never thought could happen, especially with who I used to be and the things I used to do. So kind of crazy. There's a lot more to it, but I'll probably share a lot at Activate Myrtle Beach, so you'll have to check that out.
Awesome. All right. One more question. What is God doing in your life and teaching you right now?
Oh man, too much to even mention. I think that just to like summarize sort of like what's been on my heart lately, it's just like leadership, like how much leadership is involved with even having a vision from God and having sort of a thing that you feel really called to do, which I feel like Activate Tour is something that I can't not do. It's something that God has given me this platform, and God has given me the necessary push to go, and the leadership that's involved with that. I'm on a daily basis learning, how I can
We lost him.
Okay. Carson.
Faithful in everything that I do and that kind of stuff. So, absolutely.
Okay.
I am confident that everything you just said was wonderful. We lost you for a bit.
Uh-oh.
Don't know when or how much longer we're talking.
Well, basically, I mean,
caught on the recording, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are cutting in and out a little bit too, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, Carson, what about you?
What God is teaching me right now? Man, there's a lot of things I could list. Being specific, I guess one would just be consistency and not to lose focus. I mean, it's very easy to lose focus and kind of fall in and out of, in my Bible, out of it and out of prayer and in prayer and all of those things. But with stuff going on my campus and kind of being a leader in that and an organization that's really reached people far from God, really just consistency and continue on the Lord and really getting my mind right, getting my heart right day by day. And then a couple other things. One would be pride. I mean, that's for all of us involved with Activate. When you have a platform that's larger than you could ever imagine, you can get tied up with pride a lot, and that can kind of bring you away from God and closer towards the devil. So that's something that just, I've been in prayer about, and I've been talking to people, to help me with, is being humble about it and making sure the focus is continually on Him. And then, third, last would be definitely just patience, with things even like Activate and other things going on my campus. When I can tell at moments that there's big things going on lately and that God's stirring up, but maybe I can't get really the glimpse that I want to. You kind of get anxious, and so I got to be patient, and I got to be patient in the Word, and I got to stay focused on God. So those are three big things for me, and then that God sees me right now, and I'm growing in the Word and growing with Him. So
Awesome. That's all good things. We are going to go ahead and wrap up. A few things here at the end. One, we're going to be doing these hangouts every Friday from now until the time that the Activate Tour is here in Myrtle Beach. So make sure that you're watching Activate Tour social media, Ground Zero social media, and we'll be letting you know who's going to be joining us each Friday. So be watching for that. Be in prayer. Pray for, like they were saying, everyone involved in the Activate Tour. Pray for them. Pray for their hearts. For a hedge of protection. Pray for Ground Zero. And we will see you all next week. Ryan, do you have anything to add here at the end?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a special shout out to His Radio. If you guys are watching in South Carolina, then you definitely know who His Radio is. They partnered with us for this event, and we're super grateful for their support and everything they're doing. And so, and another thing, just to continue what she was saying, was really just be praying for us. We're so excited. We're almost. I think we're like 29 days away now, so we're counting down the days. We're super excited to see you guys and hang out, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon, and we'll be live every single week. So make sure to check that out, and yeah.
And where can they get tickets?
They get tickets at activatetour.com, and also you can find out more information too at Ground Zero's website as well.
Awesome. And there are VIP tickets, right, for a meet and greet opportunity?
Yeah, there's a general admission ticket which gets you in the building for the entire event, and then the VIP gets you in to have a meet and greet and also like a exclusive Q&A with us. So it'll be a really fun time. One thing I wanted to encourage everyone with though is that if you are wanting to have the meet and greet, make sure to get your tickets now because they are selling super quick. We probably will sell out of those first. So if you're wanting to be a part of that, we have a limited amount, and make sure to get those as soon as you can.
All right, awesome. So get your tickets, pray, and come back next Friday, and we will see you right back here with a new guest from the Activate Tour. Until then, bye.
Bye, everyone.